We're just going to talk a bit about paper matching, because lots of people have asked, and you might have seen pictures that I've posted sometimes. I spread all my papers out on the floor and then a cat comes and sits on top of them, and then I have to decide working around the cat. So this collection is the Life's a Journey collection from Graphic 45, and the papers that I've got on here are the 12 by 12 from the collector's pack, and then the 12 by 12 patterns and solids. So what I do with any papers, it doesn't have to be Graphic 45, any papers, particularly if they're double-sided, is I lay them all out so I can see what each side looks like. And Kay's just doing a little view for us. So for example, this page here, that's one side of it, and then this one is the other side of it. So I can see at a glance how many different patterns there are, what colourways there are, and go from there.
Do you want to do another one?
What do you want to do? Do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay, so for example, this one here, that's the front, that's one page, and then the back of it is that one there. And it's exactly the same for the patterns and solids. Okay, you might have two blues that you think are exactly the same, but this one has a background like that. That's the other side of the page. Same blue there. And then on this one, you've got your blue here, but the back page is different. Okay. And so as you're looking at these, it helps to, I find it easier to see the colourways start to pop out at you. For example, so you've got lots of different purples that pick out, then you've also got them up here. You've got the browns. Everything's geared up, particularly with Graphic 45, everything's geared up to mix and match. And I quite like using, if I'm doing a big project, using the patterns and solids, because it helps to soften down the really, really vibrant images. And of course you've got more papers, so you can do more with your pages. So we're going to have a little break now, and I'm going to put the pages together as I've decided to use them. Once I've put them together, I'll explain why I did it like that. And the first thing I do with my 8x8 pads, my 12 by 12, is I usually take out the signature page, which is the front title page, and any other pages that have little tags on, borders, anything like that, and I put them to one side because I know I'm going to use those for extra bits of decoration, and I put them out of the way so I don't cut into them by accident. And this one here I quite often use for my front cover. I'll snip into it, do something with it. So that one will be put to one side as well. So that's three that's just me, but I tend to just put them away. Okay, so now I've actually sorted out my colour patterns now. So page 1, I'm just going to use the signature page, but obviously I can see lots of ways I can cut into it to make it more of a feature. And then I've picked a patterns and solids one, which is actually got bicycles on this side, and if I reverse them, you can see I've got text there with blue, and then I've got your pattern terracotta, but all of those will work really well with them, both sides of the paper. So that's page 1, and page 1 I always just do on its own because that's the first page that you see. Then I do them in pages as you look at them. So page 2 and 3, these are my paper choices here, and straight away you can see the purples and the blues being picked out. And then if you turn over, you've got different images there which are softer, but they will still work. If you look this way, they'll still work well with those as well. So that's page 2 and 3. Page 4 and 5, I went for yellowy, the terracottas picking out, and then the patterned with sort of like, it's almost black, but it's not black, it's a very, very dark grey. And then again, if you turn it round, you can see here, you've got patterned terracotta, you've got your black and your bicycles, and then this one is actually one of your tag pages, so you could use bits there. If you think about it, turn it round, that works really well. So they all blend in well together. So the next one here, I've mainly blues here, so I've got my blues, my terracottas, and again if you turn the page over, you've got these here. Now I really like this one because that's got more of the purple in, and you know, you will have scraps left over from other bits. As I've sorted through, and I'm looking through now, I can see that I've actually got a spare page, 2 spare pages of plain purple from my patterns and solids. So I'll be able to pull those purples into there, into there. It's all about making sure you've got enough to start with and then adding to it. So that's page 6 and 7. Page 8 and 9, this is Kay's favourite one, the florally one. So we've got our purples with our very dark grey and the purpley flowers there. But again, if you turn it round, see, we've got quite a lot of purples. You've got a text here. I really like these because I think they brighten the pages. Page 10 and 11. Okay, we've got more of a light text here, blues. And again, when you turn it round, you've got your blues here. And you might think, oh, they're all very busy. But when you plan your pages and start to add your decorative papers, it will all soften down. And then the final page, page 12, is here. So you've really got most of the colours here, apart from a solid blue page, but again we've got that in the spares. And with page 12, I'll try and get that to match a little bit with the inside covers. So that's page 12 there, and if we turn it over, you can see there, I've got different colours there, well, different patterns. And then for my covers, I've got a mix here. I sort of picked all the different colours, except to blue there, I can see. Okay, so that's like that. And then if you turn it over, you've got that side as well. So you've really got a lot of pages to play with, a lot of space to play with for that as well. So that's like that. And again, with my spare pile, this is what I had left over. I can see that I've got a blue as well, so I could add that into the outside covers, inside covers. So I know that I've got enough to play with. But what I do then is I mark the top of each page what it's designated for, and then I clip them.
Hold on, let's get that into focus. Have you marked those?
Yeah, so that says inside cover.
Hold on, I need to zoom in on that.
It's a bit squiggly writing.
Okay.
So I clip them together and I put them to one side, and then I don't touch those papers until I'm actually working on that bit. So it's the same as page 4 and 5. I only pull out the pages for page 4 and 5, which are here, and then that way I know I won't be using papers that I thought I was going to use later on. Now, a lot of you know I do page maps, but also when I've sorted the pages like this, sometimes I just start an album, I don't have page maps, I just work with the decorative papers that I've allocated for each page. So it's really up to you, but that's how I do it anyway. Hope it helps.